All right, so good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm sure that you guys are obviously really enjoying my channel. So I wanted to put some of my thoughts on the Bournemouth and Southampton game. Now, obviously, me, being, because obviously I live in Southampton myself. I'm a big Southampton fan, and I really don't know how this game's going to go. Because I think that Bournemouth, obviously quite a strong team at home. They're quite difficult to beat. And this is by no means going to be an easy fixture. And I think it's going to be very, very hard to see how this game basically ends. You know what I mean? Because I think Southampton have been a bit unlucky this season. I think that obviously. I thought they played really well against Ipswich, but I think the problem was that, Ipswich scored a last-minute goal, in the 95th minute, you know what I mean? But, football can be a cruel sport like that sometimes, you know what I mean? But, and obviously when we lost to Manchester United, we played quite well as well, but, we missed a penalty and then, things just went south from there. I think it deflated the players a little bit. But this is a very tough league. This is a very tough league because, even in the game that we lost against Nottingham Forest, I thought that, we were quite unlucky as well, because they obviously scored from a set piece, but we didn't have any open chances in that game. And they obviously did beat Liverpool away, didn't they, Nottingham Forest? So the Premier League is a very, very tough league. I hope that Southampton can at least get some sort of a win at Bournemouth. Obviously it's not going to be an easy fixture at all. I think that a lot of people are obviously expecting Bournemouth to win this game, but it's very, very hard for me to call it. I thought that Southampton have been playing a lot better in their last two games. I think that when we switched to a 3-5-2 to a 4-2-3-1 or something like that, I think we've been a bit more solid at the back. We're actually producing a lot more chances as well. Because I think when you have three defenders, you don't have the overlapping sort of fullbacks that can basically go in the defence and the attack at the same time. And I think with the 3-5-2, we were a bit too overloaded in the midfield. We were too overloaded in the midfield, and it just wasn't, you know what I mean? But I think that, I'm a bit more encouraged to see what I've seen in the past two games to think that Southampton can, potentially get something out of the Bournemouth game. And then, the big game will be Leicester at home next, won't it? You know what I mean? And I think, we've definitely got to get the 3 points in that game as well. So, it's going to be a very, very two big fixtures. It's going to be a very, very two big fixtures for Southampton Football Club this season, and I think that obviously, they've got to win both of these games. And I think if they don't win both of these games, I think Southampton could be in for a very, very long, hard season. You know what I mean? And I think that these two games are really going to defy, Russell Martin as a manager. Because personally, I thought we played quite well in the Ipswich game. We should have won that. We should have been at least 2 or 3-0 up. But that's football. Football can be a cool sport. At least we didn't lose the game. But we've got to get a win against Bournemouth or even Leicester. You know what I mean? If we don't win both of these games, I think serious questions need to be asked of, Russell Martin, as a manager. But to be honest with you, I'm not on the bandwagon saying that he should be, sacked and whatnot. I'm not saying that. You know what I mean? I think that, Southampton have had a very, very poor start to the season, and I thought that they were quite, I thought we were quite lucky to get promoted last season, as we finished 4th in the table, didn't we? And we had quite, a fortunate cup final where we beat Leeds. So we just got to keep on going. Southampton Football Club just got to keep on going, and hopefully they could get this win tonight. Against a tough Bournemouth side. Do you know what I mean? Obviously I was going to go to the game today, but obviously I couldn't get any tickets for the Bournemouth game. Obviously I've got a season ticket, for Southampton, where I get to watch all their games, at the St Mary's. I don't really go to their away games particularly, but So I just hope Southampton can, start to get some results. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. But yeah, I just think they've just been quite unlucky this season. Do you know what I mean? I think that obviously they've played Newcastle, a very good team. Nottingham Forest can be good on their day as well. Man United, Man United is still a good football team. Ipswich, I look at that game particularly the most and thought we should have got 3 points, but at least we didn't lose, and we got our first point of the season. So, I think Bournemouth and Leicester are going to really defy our season, both of these games, you know what I mean? But anyway, man's going to be out. And also, you guys keep supporting my channel as well, because obviously I've got some more gaming videos coming up. I mean, obviously I like to, sometimes put some, football videos as well. But yeah, my prediction for the Bournemouth Southampton game, I would say 1 or 2. I'd say probably, I hope that Southampton can at least win maybe 2-0. So that's going to be my prediction, but I'm just saying that as a Southampton fan. But realistically, I probably expect Bournemouth to probably win. But, we'll see. Anyway, man's out.